Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, decondition, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Good afternoon, sports fans. Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid at Outlaw Gymnasium in Rawlins, Wyoming for the Boys Winter Classic tournament here in Rawlins. And Sean, we thought we were going to have some nasty weather coming down here today, but it turned out to be really nice.
Yeah, up until the last 20 minutes of that drive, it was not bad at all. And I honestly thought we would have more snow when we got here. A little bit of flurries outside, but it's nice and warm inside the Outlaw Stadium here.
Yeah, Rawlins High School, a relatively new facility here in Rawlins, and it's looking very, very nice. And, of course, this gymnasium complex is right next to the aquatic center.
Yeah, they have a pool, or they have a slide coming out of their building, which coming from Kansas, you don't see that very much at any high school. I don't know if that's normal out here, but I might be putting in my work release to come to Rawlins and put my kids in this high school if I can go on the slide.
Of course, since they haven't been born yet, that'll be just a ways down the road.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have the Boys Winter Classic features teams from not only Thermopolis, but Lyman, Mountain View, Buffalo, Pinedale, Big Piney, Rawlins, and, of course, the Warland Warriors. There is a varsity division and a junior varsity division. And just over on the other side of the mountain, Sean, the girls' tournament is happening over in Pinedale. So we're only going to be bringing you the boys' games today.
Yeah, and the boys today they play Lyman. Excuse me. Tomorrow they play the home team Rawlins at 12:30. That'll be a really good game. Rawlins, of course, coming off their state championship in 3A, and Thermopolis here was in the state tournament last year, lost their first 2 games, one of which by only a handful of points, and they're looking to get back to that tournament this year. They got some good talent here. Gavin Shumway, the senior guard, I watched him in football all season. He is an athlete, and he is going to be looked at as a leader on this team.
Yeah, and he comes in scoring 12.2 points a game and averaging 2.6 rebounds. But we'll be back with our Edward Jones, Travis Winger keys to the game right after we listen to this.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
All in mass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate back with you here in Rawlins for the Winter Classic basketball tournament here, featuring a bunch of teams from around Wyoming. And right now, we'd like to get right into the keys to the game, brought to you by Travis Winger, the Edward Jones, and I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
This is our first Thermopolis game of the year, and we're glad to be with you, the Edward Jones agent, keys to the game. And Sean, what do you have?
Yeah, I've been looking at these stats for the last 2 days, ever since we found out we were going to be doing this game. And boy, Lyman has one heck of an athlete in Braden Bradshaw. He not only leads the team in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, points per game, but he also leads them in rebounds per game. If you are Thermopolis, the number one person you should be keeping your eye on is Braden, and that is going to be number 23. He's a 6'7" senior. I mean, there's not a lot that you can do against the height like that unless you have it. And Lyman, if you're looking at their lineup, they have a 6'6" kid, a 6'7" kid, another 6'7" kid. There's only 3 players on their team that are underneath 6 foot. This is going to be a tough team underneath the basket. You need to make sure that they're having to choose 3-point shots, if anything, because they're not the best 3-point shooting team. Now, if you're Thermopolis on offense, you got to make sure that not only Gavin Shumway gets the ball, but Willem Cole, I hope I'm saying that as well. He's one of their best 3-point field goal shooting players. And if you can get him hot early, that's going to get you a nice lead that you can start off with. And that is what Thermopolis needs to do against this Lyman team. Get a good lead early and keep them on the outside perimeter. Do not let them pass that ball inside, because just looking at Thermopolis' team right now, I don't see very many players that can contend with a 6'7" and a 6'6" power forward in there. It's just going to be difficult for them.
Lyman Eagles come into this game with a 3-3 record, averaging 46.3 points per game. The Cats come in with a 2-3 record, averaging 58.2 points per game. And today's game on 101.7 KDNO, and you can watch the game on WyoToday YouTube. And we'll be back with more after we listen to this.
Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
And welcome back to the Gotchi pregame program here on KDNO and WyoToday YouTube. Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate with you here in Douglas for the boys' Winter Classic And I tell you what, it is kind of winter outside, isn't it, Sean? On the way down here, I heard you explain, boy, there's a lot of white out here.
Yeah, you know, coming from Kansas, it's so flat that even if it is all white, you can see for miles and miles. But with the mountains here and the fog that the snow has created with the wind blowing, I mean, we were lucky to see about 20, 30 yards in front of us when we got towards Rawlins, about 22 miles out of town. And that is exactly what we were expecting for the whole drive. So we're just glad it wasn't like that the whole time. And I'm just excited to see what this Winter Classic looks like. We got a lot of good teams here. We got the defending state champs for 3A. We obviously got Thermopolis. We got some good teams here with some good players and some strong coaches. And I believe you mentioned a good reffing crew as well.
Yeah, the referees today, the officiating crew, 2 guys and a gal, are from the Douglas Referees Association. Only I believe they call them the Douglas Officials Association. So it's really nice to see those folks here today. They also had the same kind of drive we did, coming down 220 from Casper. But you know, we were a little worried this morning when we saw the no unnecessary travel on the Muddy Gap to Rawlins portion. But tell you what, that was one of the best portions of the whole trip this morning, coming down from Riverton.
Yeah, seriously. And for those of you that don't know, I don't drive a truck or anything, so we were kind of nervous heading out of Riverton, but we're just happy to be here today, happy to watch some basketball. We got some great shoes in front of us. I saw one of them, the Mellows here. I wonder if I can get these on the YouTube. But these are some colorful shoes from every single one of the Thermopolis Bobcats. And that's my favorite part of basketball. Everyone gets to be really expressive with what they wear. And it looks like we are 6.5 minutes away from the first tip-off. Reminder, this is the first game of the entire Winter Classic. So Thermopolis and Lyman going to show everyone here in Rawlins what this weekend's going to look like.
And we mentioned this is a fairly new gymnasium. I'm not exactly sure when it was constructed, but this is a beautiful facility here.
Gorgeous. And, you know, our camera's showing an empty bleacher side. Everyone is behind us, and people are still falling in. A lot of Rawlins natives out here just picked up their kids, and they're going to come back for their game a little bit later, I'm sure. I see a couple purple and yellow behind us making the drive, and I'm just happy to be here. And, you know, one of the best parts about this job, we get to see so many different places in Wyoming and what they spend their money on. You know, Cody Beers and I got to go to Big Piney to see that great new football field. That was gorgeous, and this is just a gorgeous facility right here.
Yeah, and, you know, Thermopolis is wearing their purple and gold uniforms, and I only see one man out there, one of our players, with a purple shoe. Yeah. All the others are really different colored, and we like to do on our Color Man report what the colors and styles the shoes are. And tell you what, Thermopolis is a lot more expressive in their shoes than Lyman. Lyman's more kind of bluish and black. They've got 2 kids out there with different colored shoes, but Thermopolis has the edge on the shoes today.
Definitely, and I think that's kind of part of their expressiveness. You know, when you live up in Thermopolis, you're kind of secluded. You got the hot springs around you, and you got, you know, not a lot of towns extremely close to you, so you got to be as expressive as you can, right? You don't want to fall into line with the rest of them.
Yeah, one kid has got kind of a Lyle alligator shoe on one foot, on his left foot, and a white tennis shoe on the other foot.
I think they're switching shoes here. They might be getting some foot fungus for all we know.
Yeah, who knows? The one young man who has the purple shoes on the right foot has a black pair on the left foot. So you don't have to wear the same kind of shoes on each feet here these days. We'll be back with more and our starting lineups today, brought to you by Sutherland's Home Improvement Center after this.
Storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Well, you can tell I don't go out and see many movies that often. It's Lyle Crocodile were the shoes, and we are in Rawlins here today. Our officials are from Douglas, and our participating teams, the Thermopolis Bobcats and the Lyman Eagles. Lyman comes out with really attractive warm-ups on. They've got the blue, white, black, white, and then blue stripes again with a big eagle on the back. Thermopolis, very classic looking with their black uniforms with purple and gold trim and a gold basketball in the front, Sean.
Yeah, and I like their shorts. They remind me of like those old 90s styrofoam cups you get from the gas station. They got some cool, just simplistic designs, and they're going to be putting them to use today on the court, and they're going to try and get back to 500. As you said, they enter this game 2-3. If they can get to 500 and then keep on winning tomorrow, they'll head back to Thermopolis above 500, and that is going to be a great way to start their 2023 new year.
Exactly. You're listening to the Gotchi Pregame Show here on KDNO 101.7 and WyoToday YouTube. You can tune in there and watch the game. We're a couple of minutes away. Let's go for one more word from those paying the bills, and then we'll be back with our starting lineups.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid back in Rawlins, Wyoming for the Winter Classic Tournament. This is the boys section. The girls section is over in Pinedale. And it's time now for our Sutherland's Home Improvement Center starting lineup. And the Thermopolis Bobcats, coached by Shane Kerpening. I tell you what, when I went over to talk to the coach, he says, well, Ernie, who do you want to start? And I said, that decision's probably best led to you, Coach. And he decided we're going to go with a junior scoring 2.8 points a game, Jack Longwell, a senior scoring 13 points a game, McCoy Longwell, a senior scoring 12 points a game, Gavin Shumway, a senior scoring 12.2 points a game, Corin Cimarral, and a senior, Corbin Cimarral, scoring 7.4 points a game.
Better hurry up. They're not even going to introduce the teams here.
Yeah, they're not going to introduce the teams, so we'll get to the Lyman Eagles as we go. There's the tip, and it's controlled by the Lyman Eagles. Gage Nielsen with the ball. Hands it off to Brigham Fanos. Fanos on the near side to McCoy Smith. Smith moves into the free throw line, doesn't shoot there. Goes around the horn again to Fanos. Fanos on the near side to Smith underneath the basket and back outside. 3-point range for Nielsen, but he doesn't take the shot. Hands it off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, long cross-court pass over to Fanos, and the Thermopolis Bobcats putting on man-for-man defensive pressure here early in this contest. With the ball again now, Nielsen. Nielsen pops it out on the top. Shot by Fanos is not good, and the rebound goes to Gavin Shumway of the Cats. Long pass down court to Cord Cimarral. Cord has it, drives in, hands it off to McCoy Longwell, and there was a nice block and Longwell ends up on his backside underneath the basket. On the other side of the court, shot is up, off, not good by Smith. It goes off a Lyman, and Thermopolis will have it in the back court. Lyman showing full court pressure here now as McCoy Longwell brings the ball down court to Shumway. Shumway on the near side corner underneath the cord. Simmerall, his shot's up off the glass. They didn't get good traction on the glass that time.
He did not.
Just went up and went right back down. Now here's Braden Bradshaw, that young man we talked about on the pregame show, who scores 16.8 points a game. His shot was knocked out of bounds. Lyman has it underneath the Thermop basket. McCoy Longwell on the defense that time. Inbounds pass from McCoy Smith. Long inbounds pass in the corner on the far side outside to Fanos. Now to Nielsen, back to Fanos. Fanos dribbling on top of the arc, decides to go to the left-hand side, and Bradshaw, the tallest player out there, underneath the Fanos, drives back, drives the lane. A hook shot is not good.
In and out.
And coming down with the rebound for Thermopolis is Corbin Simmerall. And the Cats bring it down court. Here's McCoy Longwell. Longwell off on the far side to Simmerall. On top of the key to Jet Longwell. A couple of Longwells on the court. Now back over to McCoy. McCoy on the near side underneath. There's a drive balked. Simmerall couldn't get away, and he is fouled. Picking up the first personal foul of the game is McCoy Smith, a 5'10 senior for the Lyman Eagles.
A little bit of a reach in there. Definitely looked like a lot of ball, but the Thermopolis Bobcats were on the line. They were needing that. And nice little block there by Carter Bradshaw there.
Yeah, they were trying to get it inside to Cord Simmerall, and were not able to do so, and the block just came right there and knocked it out of bounds. Thermopolis now in the forecourt, right open underneath, shots up and good by Jet Longwell. And Thermopolis has the 2-zip lead on our WyoToday.com broadcast this afternoon. Our sponsor of the scoreboard, Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis. Underneath the basket, there's a rebound. Ball's knocked away by Thermopolis. Cord Simmerall comes all the way down, coast to coast, off the glass and in.
That all started with full court pressure on defense, which actually led to Lyman being really open. And if they didn't miss that shot, obviously it would have been 2-2, but that led to a lot of good offensive play there by Thermopolis.
McCoy Smith around the horn to Nielsen, on top to Fanos, right side now. Goes back on the near side to McCoy Smith. Smith, cross-corner pass again to Fanos, drives the line, up and in.
And that was a wide-open lane after a wide-open look on three. They need to play a little bit tougher defense if they're going to double up like this. They need to get back to their positions.
Down court for the Cats, Corbin Simmerall has it. On top to Longwell, McCoy Longwell, underneath, all the way underneath. Shots off the glass, not good. Gets his own rebound and draws the foul as Cord Simmerall.
Wow.
So he'll go to the free throw line.
That was a heck of an inside look there to get him open, and he was just immediately swallowed up by Lyman. Way to get his own rebound, too.
Yeah, and the second personal foul on McCoy Smith.
And for those watching on our YouTube page, I just want to apologize in advance. We are so close to the sideline that if the coaches or the referees get in your way, they're in our way, too, and there's nothing we can really do about it. So.
But you have courtside seats.
Yes, you do.
So
these are the best seats in the house.
Cord Simmerall at the free throw line missed his first. Here's the second. It's in and out. Oof, not good. And Bradshaw goes high for the rebound. He didn't really have to crawl the ladder that time. He's tall enough to do that. A couple of new players in for the Lyman Eagles. Right now we have Carter Bradshaw loses the basketball. Down court, nice pick that time by McCoy. Longwell brings it down court to Simmerall. Now on the near side corner to Corbin Simmerall around the horn. There's Jet Longwell, drives the baseline and draws the foul. Well, he saw just a tiny opening that time, took it and drew the foul.
Yeah, and Lyman already starting to get in some foul trouble here. That's something that I'm sure Thermopolis has talked about, especially with the way that they've been shooting free throws all year. They're doing pretty well. They have a couple that are over 65%. And I think this would be a good time to finish up our Sutherland starting lineups just to make sure that they get their name out there.
For the Lyman Eagles, they're going to go with a 5'10 senior scoring 15.2 points a game, McCoy Smith, a 6' senior scoring 2 points a game, Brigham Fanos. He's more of a control guy, bringing the ball down the court.
Good defense, too.
You bet. And a 6' junior scoring 3.7 points a game, Carter Bradshaw, a 5'10 junior scoring 1 point a game, Gage Nielsen. And then Braden Bradshaw, who we talked about in the Gotchi pregame show, a 6'7 senior scoring 16.8 points a game. Okay, back for the second, or for the free throw here on for Jet Longwell.
We got a lot of similar names. You got Corbin and Cord Cimarral. You got Jet and McCoy Longwell. It's going to be a long day for you.
Well, at least we're not playing Pine Bluffs when they have 5 guys with all the same last names.
There you go.
Okay, Jet Longwell makes it good on both, and it's 6-2 Thermopolis on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Here we go with Brigham Fanos on the far side outside. Cross-court pass it goes. Fanos has it again. Ball's knocked away. It's knocked away again. Picked up by Bradshaw. Bradshaw loses it out of bounds, but last touch that time by the Cats Longwell, McCoy Longwell.
You know, we talked about it in the keys to the game. You want to keep them on the outside. That's exactly what they're doing with this stifling defense.
There's the inbounds pass and a long shot for 3 that's up and off and not good by Brigham Fanos. Thermopolis with the rebound. Down court, it's Jet Longwell giving it off to McCoy Longwell. McCoy on the near side corner. There's Corbin Cimarral. He tries a 3. Good.
That was an NBA 3 right there.
That was a great one. Thermopolis up on Lyman now 9-2 on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Down court, Carter Bradshaw has an offensive foul. Player control foul is going to be called against Caleb Smith. That is the 4th foul called against Lyman Eagles. Thermopolis has yet to commit a foul. So the Cats will have the ball out of bounds in the backcourt. They're moving right to left from north to south here on the basketball court at Rawlins High School. Down court, Cord Cimarral with it. Around the horn it goes now to Marty Longwell. Lane is wide open. His shot's up, not good. Partially blocked on the play. Rebound by Coleman Schultz. And we go the other way. Long pass down court is too long and out of bounds. It's the 4th turnover by the Lyman Eagles. 2:45 to go here, period number 1. Thermopolis 9, Lyman 2, here on 101.7 KDNO and WyoToday YouTube. Down court, Cord Cimarral with it. Passes it off to Longwell. His shot's off the iron, not good. Rebound, however, goes to Corbin Cimarral. His shot for 3 misses the mark to the left, and it'll go to Lyman. 2:28 to go now, first period, 9-2 Thermopolis on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Full court pressure, the Cats putting on now. Here's Schultz, breaks the pressure, stops, and travels. Oh, and the reason he traveled, he got a little push that time. So we have our first Thermopolis foul is going to go against Garvin Shumway.
Gavin was one of the best players in his class of division football for the Thermopolis Bobcats. Even though they didn't finish the season off very well, he was still one of the best players for that Bobcats team and in all of the 2A class there.
Brody Porter comes in. There's a turnover on the inbounds play and picked up very carefully.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, and saved that time by McCoy Longwell. McCoy moves to the left-hand side, gives it off to Cimarral. Shot's good. That was a nice drive on the baseline.
That really was, and he was able to get open because of that great pass to him on the outside.
11-2 now. Thermopolis with the lead over Lyman. 1:55 to go here. First period of play. Caleb Smith, and there is another turnover. Lyman's having trouble controlling the basketball, Sean.
Yeah, holiday break. Everyone's getting a little rusty, and they're shaking off that rust. Thermopolis is just doing a better job right now. And they're getting a lot of better passes. We were thinking that they might be a little bit tougher to get inside on, especially with this tall Lyman team. But right now they're doing a great job.
Full court pressure, and there's a foul. On Cope Thomas. He gets that personal foul as he crashed right into Cord Cimarral.
Elbow to the face.
Yeah. Here's the inbounds pass by Thermop, and they bring it into the forecourt very easily. Far side outside. Handoff goes to Ellis Weber. Down court, there's a little floater up and in by Gavin Shumway, and you can see why he's the leading scorer. Boy, that is a really, really nice play. And timeout on the court called by the Eagles coach, Barry Hill.
Tile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
$1:33 to go here, first period. Thermopolis all over Lyman here in the early going. It's the Cats 13 and the Eagles 2. And right now we'll have the ball out of bounds for the Eagles on the far side. New person in, Kais Herdsman for the Eagles. Down here, man. And we had a Lyman player going to check in with me here. He needs to go down to the other side. As Sean mentioned, we're courtside here at not Thermopolis, at Lyman. We're not at Lyman either. We're in Rawlins.
We've been everywhere today, if we're being honest.
Certainly have. Well, there was a foul called on Thermopolis, and that was William Cole that picked up the personal foul. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Cole. It was Ellis Weber. They didn't change it from the last Lyman foul. So the Eagles have it out of bounds. Here's the inbounds pass. Goes to Caleb Smith.
Nice almost steal there.
Yeah, over to Bradshaw. Long three from the corner is good. It bounced around and jumped in. That was Brigham Fanos. He has all of Lyman's points. It's now 13-5.
Great
60
pass.
seconds to go. That was a delightful pass and drawing the foul. Let's see, was White 23. That's Braden Bradshaw.
Yeah, Brody Potter just got right behind the Lyman defense, put his hands up, got a great pass. I think it was just partially deflected, and it went up more, like the deflection came up from underneath the ball, and called a foul. So let's see if Potter can hit him from the free throw line. So far, they haven't hit too well,
No, we're 2 for 4,
yeah,
so 50%. Potter has the best hair here today. Got a nice head of hair there. He gets the first free throw.
You jealous, Ernie?
Yeah, I don't have any hair up here, so that's why I have to wear that knitted cap. Second shot is too long, not good. Rebound pulled down by Cope Thomas. Outlet pass comes to Fanos. Fanos on top of the key, moves to the right side. Bounce pass in the corner to Bradshaw. On the far side it goes. Fanos has it again. He'll reset the play from on top of the circle. Play number 1 has been called. Fanos moves to the left-hand side, hands it off to Nielsen. Back over on the near side, Bradshaw. Over to Fanos, who was open for a second. He kicks it over to Smith. Jump shot from the free throw line. No. High for the rebound is Jet Longwell for the Cats. And here we go quickly down the court. It's Shumway with it in the corner. Shumway hands it off to Potter. On the near side now, outside, it goes to Cimarron, Corbin Cimarron. Now back over to Shumway. Shumway in the corner. Pops it over here to Jet Longwell. Jet in the corner. There's a shot by Cimarron.
Second three of the game.
Yeah, he has got 2 threes now, and he has 8 points in the game. Shot at the buzzer, not good. And at the end of the first period of play, Thermopolis 17, Lyman 5.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Wingard, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Well, Thermopolis brings the ball in at half court. With the ball is Shumway. He passes it off to Cord Cimarral. Now it goes to Longwell.
Lucky that
Longwell
wasn't
can't
travel.
shoot. Yeah, well, they were very lucky. Here's McCoy Longwell with it. We got a couple Longwells out there on the court for the Cats, trying to get a give and go there inside, but that didn't work. So Cord Cimarral brings it out. There's a long distance shot by Garvin Shumway, not good. Rebounded by Brigham Fanos down court. Oh, had an opening shot for Nielsen, but he didn't take it. Pumps it out on top to Carter Bradshaw. Now back to Fanos. Right side it goes to Nielsen. Nielsen on top of the arc. Now to Thomas. Thomas in the corner, gives it to Smith. Back on top of the key, long shot, not good. It'll stay with the Eagles as the ball's knocked out of bounds. And 7:12 to go here until halftime. Thermopolis 17, Lyman 5 on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Inbounds pass. Here's Cope Thomas. He takes a 3. It's in and out. No, it rimmed the basket. Not good. Nice rebound by Jet Longwell, and by McCoy Longwell. We come down the court. Underneath the basket, there's a shot by Jet Longwell. No, not good. Rebounded by Fanos. What was that, Sean?
It said too strong. It was a good look. He just put a little too much oomph on it.
And here's a shot off the glass by Smith. Not good. Rebound goes to the Eagles. Fanos has it on top. Now over to the left-hand side. With it is Nielsen. Nielsen stops just outside the free throw line. Back to Fanos in the corner. Fanos brings it around the top of the key on the near side now to Thomas. Thomas gives it to Bradshaw. Nice block that time by Corbin Cimarral. The ball goes down. Thermopolis there's a poor shot. It was an air ball. Not good. Knocked out of bounds by whom?
I don't know,
believe it's going to stay with Lyman.
That was a great block to get that out of there, and the Lyman coach was not pleased at all that was able to happen.
I beg your pardon, it's Thermopolis ball on the far side. Here's the inbounds pass. McCoy Longwell brings it in. He's got it now at the free throw line. Stops, hands it off to Cimarral. Drives the baseline off the glass, draws the foul. Nice drive by Cord Cimarral. And the personal foul is going to be whistled on the Eagles. Coming up with the personal foul is going to be Carter Bradshaw, his first.
And you know, for how many good looks that Lyman's got, they only have 5 points, and they're all from Fanos. We were talking about it during the break, as you can't see the free throw shot because of the ref and the coach right here. I apologize. But Fanos is so speedy and good with the handles. If he can find a way to get other players open, he's able to get around this Thermopolis defense really well. And if he just is a little bit less selfish, I don't want to say he's selfish, if he was a little bit more unselfish with his passing, he's going to find a lot more open guys.
Cord gets both of his free throws, and it's now 19-5 on the Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scorecard and scoreboard. Brigham Fanos brings it down for the Lyman Eagles. He has all the points for the Eagles, dressed in white uniforms with blue numbers and black trim. In the corner, here's a long three-point shot that's in and out. Up, not good, by McCoy Smith. Rebound comes down. We have a 1-on-3. Nice drive by Cimarral, but he loses the handle on the basketball. Down court, we've got players sliding all over the floor. There's a shot up and good by McCoy Smith. First player other than Fanos to score for the Lyman Eagles, 19-7.
A little slippery.
Yep, and a little turnover at midcourt. There's a shot up, not good on a foul. Got to be called on Gavin Shumway. That'll be his first.
Yeah, McCoy Longwell just slipped. Little water, or a little sweat, right? Might have accumulated at half court there, but unlike the NBA, we don't have people to come out here with some brooms there.
Yeah, Gage Nielsen, scoring 1 point a game, is at the free throw line, and he does not hit it. Does not good. A couple more players coming in now. Coleman Schultz, a big guy, 6'7" senior, and he replaces a 6'6" junior. So Schultz in for Caleb Smith.
Just tall dudes here.
At the free throw line is Gage Nielsen. His next shot is no good either. And the rebound goes to Lyman. Carter Bradshaw has it on the far side. Underneath the basketball, there's a turnaround jumper and one. So it was Coleman Schultz that got the basket and drew the foul under the basket. Personal foul on Cord Cimarol, his first.
He came right in and made sure that everyone knew who he was. He's going to be under the basket. As well he should be. He's the tallest player out there right now.
Trying for the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and it is not good. And rebound, whistle, and we have, where they're talking about if it was a one in bonus or not. It was,
and we have a reffing mishap here. They did not count the basket originally. Now they're saying they're going to count the basket, and the free throw is still missed.
Yeah, free throw still missed. So only 2 points on the basket by Schultz and no free throw.
Still brings them within 10, and they've been down by a lot so far today.
Yeah, it was 17-5. Now it's 19-9 on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Full court pressure now. Lyman's picked up the pace quite a bit. Down court, Corbin Cimarol in the corner. Long three-point shot is up, off, not good. Fight for the rebound, and Thermopolis draws the foul. And it is number 10, and that is Hadley Johnson gets the personal foul underneath the basket on the rebound attempt. Okay, Thermopolis now getting a little more aggressive on defense. Full court pressure. They've got him double teamed. There's a steal by Longwell for two. His first points of the game. McCoy Longwell. 21-9, 4:48 to go. Long pass down court to the big guy, Schultz. Shots up, off, not good. Fight for the rebound, and we have a foul on Schultz over the back when Jet Longwell went for the rebound.
And wow, you know, that's what happens when you get that full court press, is if they can just get it across half court, they typically only have one or two players tops to go up against. So they found a good open look. They just missed the shot, and now we are back here on the free throw line for Thermopolis.
Jet Longwell is 2 for 2 from the line, the junior. Eyes the hoop. He's got red tennis shoes on. There's the shot. Good. Nothing but nylon that time for Jet. He'll get one more. 22-9, 4:41 to go in the first half. Thermopolis with the lead. Next shot by Longwell, just like the last one. Nothing but nylon.
Pure.
Here come the Eagles now. Brigham Fanis bringing it down for Lyman. Dribbles behind his back. Yeah, that was a nice handle, wasn't it?
Well, he's had them all game. He's super speedy and quick with the handles.
Gage Nielsen fires it across the court to McCoy Smith. Back over to Fanos on top. Back to Smith. Smith tries to drive the baseline. He's blocked out. Nice defense, and the ball is thrown away. 7th turnover by the Eagles. And with 4:15 to go in the first half, Thermop leading 23-9. Coming back into the game for the Cats is Gavin Shumway. And taking a bit of a rest is Ellis Weber.
Thermopolis doing a great job of playing strong defense but not fouling. They're putting their hands up and they're double teaming everyone.
Shumway has it on top of the key, rolls around now, comes over to Cimarol. Back out on top to Shumway. Far side to Longwell. Now to Shumway for three. Hey, how about that?
Top of the key and perfectly pure right there.
Yeah, it sure was. That's the first tray of the game for Gavin Shumway. 26-9 now. On the opposite side, Carter Bradshaw whistled, and we have a foul going to be whistled against the Cats Cimarol, Corbin Cimarol.
Surprised that was Shumway's first attempt at three. He's actually leading the team in 3 points made. He doesn't have the best three-point shooting percentage, but he has made the most That's his 9th 3 of the season. They're only 6 games in.
Kais Herdman comes in for the Eagles, replacing Gage Nielsen. On top of the key, it's Fanos. He goes to the left side to Bradshaw, back to Fanos on this side. Fanos in the corner, hands it off to Herdsman. Around the horn we go. Herdsman has it now. Back over to McCoy Smith for 3. No, not good. Oh, crawling the ladder and getting the rebound that time was Jet Longwell. Down court for the Bobcats. Players on the floor, and we have a timeout called by the Bobcats. Nice timeout that time by Shane Corpening. And we'll be back. Throp 26, Lyman 9.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Back again, Ernie over, and with me, Shane O'Brate. Shane O'Brate.
Shane O'Brate.
Yeah, Shane O'Brate. Sean O'Brate. Excuse me.
We got too many names
Sean
out here that are too confusing. And Shane, Coach Shane, I was honestly expecting him to be a little bit older. I don't know why, but you get a lot of older basketball coaches in high school here, and Shane is not one of those.
Cats almost lose control of the ball. Longwell picks it up, Marty. Over to Shumway. Shumway, far side outside now to Corbin Simmerall in the lane. Bounce pass over to McCoy Longwell. Now to Jet. Now back out on top. They're going to reset the play with Gavin Shumway. I beg your pardon. My first game for the Bobcats since last year. So I apologize if I'm a little short with the numbers. Shots up, not good. Schultz gets the rebound for Lyman. And we now have 2 players with all 11 points on the scorecard for the Lyman Eagles. Down court for Thermopolis. Here's
long
Gavin Shumway for 3.
And there's that 3-point range we were talking about.
His second 3 of the game, and the Thermop fans here in attendance agreed with that one. Nice cheer went up. It's now 29-11 on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scorecard. Underneath the basket, we have McCoy Smith. Around the horn it goes. There's Fanos for 3. No, not good. Rebound pulled out of the air by Thermopolis is Cord Simmerall. Quickly down court. They had a 2-on-2 break. There's a shot up and one. Gavin Shumway gets the basket and draws the foul.
And they're doing a great job against these tall guys underneath. They've been putting up threes really well. They're picking their shots really, really well. And Gavin Shumway, that last 3 was definitely an NBA 3 as well. They're just really, really hitting it from beyond the arc. That's what's giving them a 20-point lead right now.
And the free throw, or the fouls on Kais Herdsman. Free throw up and good. 3-point play is converted, and we now have 13 points in the game for Gavin. Down court, Brigham Fanos across the key to Bradshaw. Bradshaw in the corner, near side Herdsman. Back to Herdsman again in the corner. There's a floater that's not good, and pulling it out of the air is Thermopolis. Nice rebound that time by Corbin Simmerall in the right place at the right time. Simmerall has it now on top of the key. Gives it off near side to Shumway. Shumway over to Jet Longwell. Jet gives it on the near side now to Simmerall. Back on the near side. Cord Simmerall has it to Longwell. To the other Longwell.
What a move.
And underneath the basket. Oh, there's a beautiful shot that just rolled off the edge. And that was, I think they ought to try that one again. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay, some fancy dribbling down there. Cost Lyman the ball underneath the basket. Here's the shot. Up, off, no good, no whistle. As the Thermopolis player, Cord Simmerall, hits the ground. Now we have a foul called on Thermop on the other end. And it's going to be not 1 and 1. It's 0. Jet Longwell gets the foul.
Boy, back to that play that just rattled off the edge of the rim there. McCoy Longwell just put the defender on his ankles there. Went right inside, got a double team, found the great inside bounce pass. just missed it. Those are the plays where you kind of watch this film later and you say, hey, that's an easy 2-point right there. You got to make those. You got to find a way to get those type of plays back in your arsenal. And Fanos from the free throw line. Let's see what he can do.
Here's his first free throw, and it's good. So he'll get one more. He now has 6 of Lyman's 12 points. He's produced 50% of their scoring.
I think we expected Braden Bradshaw to be this big scorer, but so far it's been Fanos that's led the team.
Under a minute to go now in the first half of play. Second free throw is good. It's 32-13. It's all Cats here from the Rawlins Winter Classic. The Cats have it now on the far side. With it is Weber. Weber on top to Jet Longwell. 36 seconds to go. There's a nice drive by McCoy. Nice Longwell. Gets the rebound. Pulls it outside. A 3. No, not good. Rebound goes to Jet Longwell. 2 offensive boards by the Cats. Here's McCoy. McCoy gives it off near side. Corman. Simmerall. Far side outside to Brody Potter. Now back to Longwell around the horn.
Tough
Longwell
pass.
has it. They're looking maybe for the last shot. Simmerall or Cord. Tip is up, off, not good. That's going to be the end of the period. 2 seconds to go. And it's 32-13.
I think I counted 4 or 5 offensive rebounds there for the Bobcats. That is exactly what they need to do in the second half.
Well, let's see. Long pass gets away from Lyman. There's the end of the first half of play. And after 2 periods of play, the Thermopolis Bobcats have 32, and the Lyman Eagles have 13.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
All in mass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Hot Springs.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid back in Rawlins for the Boys Winter Classic tournament action here today. And it's now time for our One-Eyed Buffalo statistical roundup of the first half of play. Leading the scoring was Gavin Shumway. He had 13 points in the first period of play. Jet Longwell came in with 6, McCoy Longwell with 2. We had 4 points in the game by Cord Cimarral. We had 8 by Corbin Cimarral, and we had 1 by Brody Potter. For the Lyman Eagles, this is going to be easy. We only have 2 players who have scored. 3 players, McCoy Smith has a basket for 2. Brigham Fanis has 7 points. He had the first 5 points of the game for for Lyman, and he has halftime at 7 points and 4 points for Coleman Schultz. And on our One-Eyed Buffalo statistics, Sean, we've got a really fast start, as we were talking about in the pregame show for the Bobcats.
Yeah, definitely. And you want to talk about fast. That Fanos from Lyman is making it look easy to get inside the paint. They're just not falling for him. And if he's finding a good open player, they're not falling for them either. And as far as Thermopolis goes, everything is going right. There's absolutely nothing that they're doing wrong. They're able to play defense without fouling. They're holding these tall kids outside of the perimeter, outside the paint, and they're making them shoot threes, which they are just not falling for any of these Lyman players. That was part of our keys to the game. And they're just doing it with perfection right now. This is going to be a big hole. They're down 21 points, Lyman is. It's going to be a big hole for them to come out of halftime and dig themselves out of, while also holding Thermopolis to no scoring. I think it could be easier for Thermopolis to start missing shots than it is for Lyman to start defending them.
Well, Sean, the thing that I noticed was Lyman has been getting the shots from inside, but they just haven't been dropping.
Yeah.
They're a little too strong. They misjudge the distance, or they go way over. They've had the shots. If Lyman starts hitting those, this will be a game again.
Yeah, and I'm not even joking. Some of these Lyman kids could just, instead of going up for a layup, they could just jump and dunk. I mean, if they have the hops, they have the hops, but they definitely have the height. And on our Hot Springs Health halftime show here, you can see a bunch of little kids. They get to come out and shoot threes, which is always their favorite part. And the Rawlins staff here just basically unleashed a whole bunch of basketballs for all these kids to play with. And I think, honestly, it's going to be a lot easier for the Bobcats to get inside now that Lyman is expecting them to, because they're going to start playing over the top defense and trying to keep them to that three-point range. And you know what? If they do that to Thermopolis, so be it, because they're draining these threes right now.
Yeah, they are. And as Sean said earlier in the day, if you're watching the game on WyoToday YouTube, it looks like there's no one here in the bleachers.
There's a lot here.
There's a lot of people here. The bleachers on the far side opposite us are empty, but behind us, holy cow, there's a good crowd here on hand, including a lot of folks from Thermopolis. There's our 3-minute warning. This has been the One-Eyed Buffalo Statistic Report. We'll be back with more with One-Eyed Buffalo as we go throughout the game.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
"90 seconds to go on our Hot Springs Health halftime show here from Rawlins. Sean O'Brien and Ernie over. And this ball game kind of started off the way we thought it would. You talked in the pregame show about Thermopolis needing to get out quickly, and they certainly did.
Yeah, and this lead that they have to just hold for the next 2 quarters is all based off of their excellent three-point shooting percentage and their pretty good free throw percentage while we're at it, too. And they don't really need to get in the paint, but they're doing such a good job at getting into the paint. Why not try and keep it going?
You're listening to this Thermopolis basketball game on 101.7 KDNO, and you're watching it on WyoToday YouTube. Thanks for joining along here in Rawlins today. As you might have looked at the road and travel report this morning and thought that was not going to be a good way to come, it turned out to be pretty good today, Sean.
Yes, it did. The Muddy Gap had no unnecessary travel, and, I mean, we went right through Muddy Gap. It was fine. I don't understand. Maybe they were a little bit worried about the snow blowing onto the road, but it was doing pretty fine when we came here, and can't ask for better weather outside right now as far as what we thought we were going to get. So
no, the scoreboard just went up to 20 minutes, so I think we're going to nail it down to 8 here, and then away we go. Well, it's going to go all the way to 0, I think, and then they're going to put 8 minutes up. Officials are looking at the scoreboard, and the scoreboard operator
they're fixing it. They were working on their music and everything beforehand, and they think they messed up their scoreboard. But
so halftime, it is Gavin Shumway with 11 points, Corbin Simmerall with 8, 6 points for Jet Longwell, 2 points for McCoy Longwell, 4 points for Cord Simmerall, 1 point for Brody Potter. And on the other side, 7 points by Brigham Fanis, 4 points by Coleman Schultz, and 2 points by McCoy Smith. Your last look at the stats here at halftime on your Hot Springs Health halftime show, and the stats brought to you by One-Eyed Buffalo. And Lyman gets the ball as we start our second half of play. They're now moving right to left on the floor here, or from north to south in Rawlins. On the near side, Gage Nielsen hands it off to McCoy Smith. Around the horn to Fanos. Fanos hands it right back to Bradshaw at the free throw line. He doesn't shoot, gives it to McCoy Smith. Now on the near side, again, Gage Nielsen, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Cord Simmerall, his second.
I don't know if I saw that, but
not a shooting foul, so the Eagles will take it out here right in front of our broadcast spot. Doing the honors, Carter Bradshaw. He brings it in to McCoy Smith. Smith over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw doesn't drive. He had an opening there for a second. Here we go. There's a shot from the free throw line. Up, in and out by Nielsen. Tip is up and good by the big kid Bradshaw. His first points of the game. He's averaging 16 a game, and that's his first 2. So Thermopolis facing and breaking the full court pressure. Down court. We have Longwell on the near side. This is McCoy Longwell under the basket to Jet for a layup that goes in and out. Boy, I thought that was going to be a certain 2.
That was wide open.
Carter Bradshaw almost traveled down to Fanos. Gives it off now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw blocked from the lane. Kicks it outside. With it now is Fanos on the right side outside. Hands it off to McCoy Smith. 6:40 to go in the third period of play. There's a shot for 3 that goes up, and that's Carter Bradshaw. That's the first second tray of the game for Lyman. And the Cats bring it down, 6:28 to go. It's 32-18. Underneath the basket, ball is knocked away and out of bounds. It'll be Thermop's ball underneath.
Thermop's doing a great job of breaking this full court press. They've been doing it all game. And just right now, they're making the best passes that they can. They're getting right down underneath the basket. They're just missing open shots right now.
Here's Longwell, passes in to Simmerall. Corbin over far side, McCoy, Longwell.
Lyman coach is telling his players to conversate here.
And we have the ball knocked on the floor. Turnover, number 5 for Thermopolis. The layup is not good. Fight for the rebound, not good, and a foul is going to be called. Tell you what, the big guy there that time, Braden Bradshaw, had a couple of good shots at the basket, but they didn't go.
Yeah, and you and I were talking at the beginning of the game. Keys to the game was holding Braden Bradshaw down, and so far they're doing that. This would only be his 3rd point if he makes this free throw.
And it's nothing but net.
He's their leading scorer, and he only has 3 points. That's a great job on Thermopolis' part.
3rd personal foul on Cord Simmerall, the senior player, averaging 12.2 points a game. Next shot up by Bradshaw is not good, and the rebound goes to Fanos. Kicks it outside to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Fanos. There's another 3-point shot up off, not good. Grabbing the rebound is Cord Simmerall for the Cats. He goes behind him in the backcourt. Now all the way down underneath. Longwell alone under the basket. He's hammered there, but the shot doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Gage Nielsen. Nielsen loses the ball on the floor, picked up by Bradshaw. Bradshaw will try to drive to the side, doesn't do it. Hands it off to Nielsen. Nielsen on top to Fanos. Fanos slows it down a little bit, Sean.
Communication is all Lyman is yelling right now, and none of them are communicating, and it leads to a turnover like that.
Yeah, and that's the 9th turnover as the coach is yelling, communicate, communicate, and they communicated the ball right out of bounds. Taking the ball now is Gavin Shumway. Shumway gives it in to Jet Longwell. Longwell all the way down the court to Cord Simmerall, and he throws it away. It'll be picked up by Lyman. Here's an easy layup. No, he misses the layup.
What a block from behind.
Nice block on that play. Thermop gets the ball back. Jet Longwell gives it off now to Simmerall. Corman lays it up. No, he was too far outside. Tried to get it off the glass.
What a steal, too. And now look, one-on-one.
One-on-one. Foul is going to be called on Lyman. So that was a quick series, and Fanos picks up the personal. And for him, that is going to be his first.
Yeah, that was just a quick sequence of events. You got a steal by Thermopolis down to the paint, but before that, I mean, just almost 2 turnovers and an out of bounds. And
Cord Simmerall has 4 points. He's 2 for 4 from the line, misses. So he's 2 for 5. He'll have one more shot.
They're pulling their best 2 shooters out for Lyman, Fanos and Carter Bradshaw coming to the bench.
4:48 to go in the 3rd period of play. Free throw is good. Thermopolis now 33-19, 14-point lead over the Lyman Eagles. Down court for the Eagles is Smith. Smith stops, fires it over on the near side to Bradshaw. Underneath the basket, shots up off, not good by Schultz. Rebound out of bounds off of Thermopolis. Well, Thermop had a couple good defensive stops there.
They did, and, you know, right before that, you could see where that height advantage came in handy there for Lyman. He was able to toss that ball over 2 different Bobcats, and it was a real easy just snatch out of the air, put it up. He just missed the shot. That is exactly what we thought they'd be doing all game. Look at that steal from the inbound.
There's a nice steal, long pass down court underneath the basket, out of bounds, and it'll go to Lyman.
It was a great steal, and then he started running. He didn't run fast enough. The ball outran him.
Yeah, this is a long pass down to the 20-yard line. 4:24 to go, 33-19. Thermopolis with the lead on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. Down court for the Lyman Eagles, we have Caleb Smith. Far side outside to McCoy Smith. McCoy Smith with it, takes a shot from the free throw line, not good. Tip goes to Thermopolis. Pulling away the rebound is Corbin Simmerall. Simmerall in the backcourt. Gives it over to McCoy Longwell.
They got to get it across half court.
There we go. Got it over there. Here's Simmerall again. There's a long three, and it bounces around. No, not good. Rebound goes to the Lyman Eagles. Coming away with it that time is Cope Thomas. Thomas hands it off to the playmaker, Smith. Down on the near side, there's a drive. Shots up and good by Smith.
That breaks a big scoring drought. I feel like we've gone a couple minutes without a score here.
Thermopolis better hurry and get the ball in, and they throw it away. A steal. Shot for three. No good. Thermopolis with the rebound. Shumway. Quickly down court. It goes to Potter.
Oh, my goodness.
No one was there, and a steal. And here we go. Bradshaw off the glass. No, and he draws the foul.
I didn't even see Bradshaw. There was nobody in between Thermopolis and the basket, and they still managed to throw away the ball.
Okay, Braden Bradshaw at the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe today. Bounces the ball 3 times. Shot in and out, not good. Rolled in.
A lot of substitutions coming in here.
Yeah, we've got Fanos coming back in for Lyman. Coming out is McCoy Smith.
Kais Herdsman also coming in for Lyman.
And we have Brady Potter going out for Thermopolis. And coming in for the Cats is Hadley Johnson. Here's the second shot by Bradshaw. This one's good. So he now has 2 of 4 from the free throw line. A lot of pressure being put on by the Lyman Eagles. Long pass down court. The Cats break the pressure. Corbin Simmerall. Underneath it goes to McCoy Longwell. He can't shoot under the basket. Brings it around up on top to Gavin Shumway. Shumway with 2:57 to go, third period, hands it off behind him to Johnson. On top of the key now to Simmerall. Corbin Simmerall. Tough pressure here by the Lyman Eagles, Sean. They're gluing.
Yeah, they're doing it really well compared to their first half type of pressure.
On the far side, it's Gavin Shumway for 3. It's too long, but rebounded by the Cats. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Fanos.
And it almost looked like Corbin Simmerall didn't even know the ball was coming at him. He tried to pick it up, and next thing you knew, Fanos was in his grill.
Second personal foul. Coming into the lineup again is one of the big 6'7" guys, Coleman Schultz, and coming out is the other 6'7" guy, Braden Bradshaw.
Boy, how nice to have 2 6'7" players on your lineup.
Isn't that nice? 2.5 minutes to go, 11-point lead by Thermopolis, 33-22, as Lyman has certainly closed the gap here in the third period.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They were down by 20 at halftime.
Here's the inbounds pass now. Goes in the backcourt to McCoy Longwell. Longwell, near side. Simmerall, off. There's a shot up, off, no good by Hadley Johnson. Missed everything. Long shot down court, and the ball is saved by Thermopolis. Coming away with it is McCoy Longwell. He falls down. Picked up by Hadley Johnson. On the near side, underneath. Oh, we've got a blocking foul. No, they're going to call it traveling. So that'll be the 9th foul against turnover.
It really seems obvious right now that both teams just need to kind of chillax just a little bit. They're sprinting down the court, and they're trying to do as much as they can at 100% speed. Both teams need to do it right now, just what Fanos is doing, and just kind of find the open guy.
Fanos gives it off to Caleb Smith. He loses the ball, but Fanos recovers it. On top of the arc now, goes to the right-hand side, calls play number 1. Fanos all the way underneath the basket. The ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will go which way?
It's going to be Lyman ball.
Lyman ball. So the Eagles, trailing 22-33, have a $1:41 here in the third period of play. Here's the inbounds play. It's Fanos. Brings it in to Thomas. His shot for 3. No, not good. Rebounded by Simmental. Quickly, 2-on-1 break. Layup is up and good. Cord Simmerall gets his 7th point of the game. Timeout called. Thermopolis 35, Lyman 22.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
91 seconds left in the third period. Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid from Rawlins on the midwinter tournament. And it's Thermopolis 35, Lyman 22. And Lyman has outscored the Bobcats by a count of 9-3 here so far in the third period. And they've got the ball once again. Down court, it's Bradshaw. Loses the basketball. Nice recovery by Barry Hill, the coach.
You want to talk about adjustments. Lyman has adjusted on defense and offense just superbly. The only thing that's not going is half their shots, basically.
Yeah, right. Gage Nielsen takes it out for the Cats. Into, I'm sorry, not Gage Nielsen. Holy cow, Gavin Shumway.
You're looking at the wrong roster.
I'm looking at the wrong roster. Here we go. Longwell underneath, loses the basketball. 10th turnover. Both teams have 10. Layup up, not good. And a player control foul is going to be called against McCoy Smith, and that'll be his third personal foul. Coach Barry Hill very unhappy with that call. So the follow-up basket by Weber was not, or by Coleman Schultz was not counted. And
he
there's
stepped
a
right
turnover.
out of bounds.
Yeah. Thermopolis now has 11 turnovers to the 10 that Lyman had.
That didn't seem like they were turning the ball over that much in the first half. They've just gotten this full court press defense up in their grill, and it's having the effect that Lyman was hoping it would.
Yeah, 65 seconds to go here, period number 3. Lyman has it underneath the Cats basket. Coming out of the game for the Cats now is Cord Cimarral. Here's the inbounds pass to Fano. Shot for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Cats. Nice rebound by McCoy Longwell. He comes all the way down on the right side. Pumps a 3. No. And we have a pushing foul underneath, I believe, on Thermopolis. Yeah, it's on Jet Longwell, his second. Coming back into the Lyman lineup is Gage Nielsen, and coming out is McCoy Smith. So Lyman now, with under a minute to go here in the third period, can close even closer to the Cats. And here's Fanos all the way down court. Fanos on top of the key. Around it goes to Bradshaw. In the corner, back out to Bradshaw. Over to Fanos.
Everything runs through Fanos on this offense right now.
Hand off to Thomas. Thomas on the near side to Bradshaw. He can't penetrate. Hands it off now to Nielsen. Nielsen fires it over to Thomas for 3. It's no good. 26 seconds to go. Thermopolis gets the rebound. Here's the fast break down underneath the basket. Layup is blocked. Nice defensive block on the play. And Lyman will control as Thermopolis touched the ball the last time. It was Jet Longwell who tried that breakaway 3 or layup, and it didn't go.
That's the third time this quarter that they have had a wide open lane on a fast break with basically nobody in between them, and it has ended in 0 points.
Brody Potter back into the lineup for Thermopolis. Gavin Shumway is in there. McCoy Longwell and Jet Longwell are in there, along with Brody Potter. So here we go. Lyman has it on the far side, outside. There's into the Bradshaw, and he kicks it up and in. That now is his 6th point of the game, and that's the end of the third period of play, and they have narrowed the gap to 11. It's Thermopolis 35 and the Lyman Eagles 24.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn And coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments. I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Wingard, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in early childhood education and organizational management and leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Longwell hands the ball off on the far side to Corbin Simmerall. Back on top of the key now to Simmerall. Ball's now knocked out of bounds by Lyman.
Looked like he hit his head right on the top of his
sure did.
dome.
Play just underway in the 4th period of play. Cats by 11. They only scored 3 points in that period,
That
Sean.
was great defensive plays by Lyman. Also just wide open missed shots by Thermopolis.
McCoy Longwell with the ball on top of the key. Almost lost it. On the near side to Jet Longwell. On top of the key now to Shumway. Shumway drives into the free throw line, reverses direction. On the near side now, it goes to Simmerall. Corbin Simmerall. On top of the key to Cord Simmerall. There's a shot from the corner for 3. Gavin Shumway with 14 points, and that helps Thermopolis quite a bit.
Yes, it does.
38-24 now on our Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis scoreboard. There's a shot underneath the basket and a Thermopolis foul. I believe it was the big guy, Braden Bradshaw, that went for the shot, and the personal fouls, Corbin Simmerall, his second.
They've already matched their 3rd quarter performance there within the first 30 seconds of this 4th quarter.
8 points now for Bradshaw. Shot's not good. Hits the front of the iron.
Didn't use his legs very much.
He's now 2 for 5 from the free throw line.
Big guys don't always shoot the free throws very well.
Yeah, he's 6'7". He got that one, though. It rolled around. It's 38-25, 13-point lead. Thermopolis in the backcourt, facing tough pressure. There's Jet Longwell, gives it down court nicely to Cord Simmerall. In the corner, bringing it out now for the Cats is Corbin Simmerall. Underneath, no shot from the corner. 3, no, not good. Fight for the rebound, and the taller Lyman team comes away with it. Racing down court now is McCoy Smith. Turnaround jump shot is up, not good by Bradshaw. Rebound goes to Thermopolis. Great rebounding that time by the Cats. They're still in the backcourt. Now in the forecourt over to Shumway. Shumway drives toward the baseline, reverses direction on top of the key to Simmerall. Simmerall, oh, nice sweet pass, up and in.
That was a sweet pass right behind the Lyman defender and in front of another one. Perfect bounce pass.
So Cord Simmerall gets that basket for the Thermopolis Bobcats. Lyman comes back. There's Fanos who answers for Lyman, and that's that's the 9th point of the game. 6:03 to go here in the 4th period. Thermopolis 40, Lyman 27. Thermopolis with the ball, almost tossed it away. Here's Shumway on top of the key. Shumway on the far side. Longwell has it. Longwell at the top of the arc gives it off to Jet Longwell. Longwell in the middle, almost tied up that time with Shumway. Behind his back pass goes over to Simmerall. Simmerall drives the lane, puts up the shot.
What a block.
Beautiful block by Bradshaw, but a foul's going to be called on the Lyman player. He got him with the body.
I think that's what we were expecting this whole game, is blocks like that and just defensive pressure like that underneath the basket. And so far, that's only really been happening in this second half.
4th personal foul on McCoy Smith. At the free throw line for the Cats is Corbin Simmerall. Eyes the hoop, shoots, and good. He got it. He'll get the second one now. 5:34 to go in the game. Thermopolis is now up 41-27. Wholesale changes for the Lyman Eagles. Corbin, the senior, scoring 7.4 points a game, already has 8, so he's exceeded his average. Next shot, bounces around, not good. Rebound is going to go to Cope Thomas. Thomas in the backcourt for Lyman, getting a little bit of pressure. Now Thermopolis goes back on defense. In the corner, Bradshaw has it. On top to Fanos, back to Bradshaw. Here we go now to Thomas. Around the horn, Fanos drives the baseline, almost loses the ball. Picking it up is Bradshaw. Bradshaw drives, whistle, draws the foul. And Thermopolis will commit the foul. And the personal goes against Gavin Shumway. That's only his second.
It was hard for me to see through the ref, but it did look like a lot of contact as Bradshaw came right back from getting hit by the body there.
Okay, with the free throw now is Bradshaw. He got that one. So he is now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of 7. And he now has 10 points, double figures in the game. Bradshaw back up to the line again. He's one of the 6-7 guys for Lyman. Shots in and out, not good. Cats go high for the rebound. With it is Jet Longwell. Longwell off to Shumway. Shumway's going to bring it into the forecourt on the left-hand side. Hands it off to McCoy Longwell. McCoy with the ball in the free throw line. Underneath, all alone shot. Oh, it's too weak.
How many times have we seen that today?
Cord Simmerall had a wide open shot, and it was too low and underneath the basket. Now we have a steal. Great steal. Well, he just made up for it there, Cord Simmerall, with that steal off of Bradshaw, who was going to go up for two. 41-28, 4.5 minutes to go here in this contest down in Rawlins. Underneath the basket, we have a pocket pick on the other way. Bradshaw lays it up and in.
Nice Euro step by Bradshaw to get around the defense of Jet Longwell there, and we got a timeout by Thermopolis.
Whistle and a timeout as the lead is now only 11, 41-30, 4:26 to go in the game.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And a shout out there to Admiral Beverage, our Pepsi-Cola dealer, for helping sponsor this broadcast of the Thermopolis Bobcats on 101.7 KDNO and WyoToday YouTube. Thanks for joining us here from this Winter Classic tournament in Rawlins. 4:26 to go in the game. Thermopolis leads by 11. They've got the ball in the backcourt. Lyman showing full pressure. There's a really pass that goes away, and a timeout called by Shane Corperning got that timeout called just at the right second. They retained the ball.
Yeah, he dove for it, and we'll stay with it with this timeout here. He dove for that ball because if he didn't, it was going to go out of bounds, or Lyman was going to get it and have an easy 3-on-1 opportunity. And right now, Lyman's full court press defense is doing wonders, whereas in the first half, it just was not able to get anything done. And that's all about adjustments, and maybe it's just Thermopolis maybe coming up short a little bit. What do you think?
Well, you mentioned just a little bit ago that we need to chillax on the floor, and that time, that almost turnover, Thermopolis was moving the ball down court so fast they couldn't control the ball, and it got away.
They're getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah, and they now have it with 4:19 to go. That was a great timeout by Shane Corperning.
And Coach is going to give us two players of the game after the game, and Coach Shane's going to talk to us as well. So Thermopolis fans, stay put after the game. Our post-game sponsored by Click It or Ticket.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun time.
Okay, the Cats have the ball now in the middle of the court. Here is Corbin Simmerall. He can't shoot, guarded very closely. And the ball gets away. Turnover, 14th turnover by the Thermopolis Bobcats. Down court,
Wide
there's
open.
a shot from the corner for three. And it's Cope Thomas gets a three, and it's 41-33, an 8-point lead. And we have a foul called on the ball, bringing the ball down the court on Lyman.
I believe
and
it's on Cope.
Yep, Thomas, his second.
And Cope Thomas there was no one within 10 feet of Cope Thomas in the corner. Those are those threes you have to hit, and he did.
Single-digit lead now for the Cats, getting a little nervous for them. Ball's knocked out of bounds on the inbounds play by Brigham Fanos. Cats will take it out. Far side, McCoy Longwell to take it out.
They need more help back here. They can't just have one guy.
And they get the ball in. We've got a 2-on-1 underneath. There's a shot by Jet Longwell for two. He has 8, and it's a 10-point lead, 43-33, 3:40 to go in the game. Now here's Braden Bradshaw. Has the ball knocked away, but he picks it right back up. On top of the key now, McCoy Smith has it on the near side to Fanos. Fanos across the key again to Smith. Far side corner goes to Bradshaw. Underneath, the ball's knocked away. It's on the ground. Thermopolis has a one-on-one break. Under the basket. Shot is not good as Shumway missed the layup. It goes out of bounds, and Lyman will have it.
That was a tough layup that he tried to do. He tried to go basically windmill around the Lyman defender, and he had just enough air time to even put it up. So props to him for putting it up and not landing with it and ending up with a travel anyway.
3 minutes, 13 seconds to go for the Bobcats on the Pinnacle Bank of Thermop scoreboard. They're leading by 10. Here comes Brigham Fanis for the Lyman Eagles on the far side outside, just dribbling the ball, waiting to get the play started. Over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw in the middle of the lane, kicks it back to Fanos. Fanos at the free throw line in the middle. Ball is knocked over. It's in the lane. We have a held ball. Our first held ball of the game,
yeah, right.
Sean.
And it's going to be possession arrow, I believe, goes to Lyman.
And if you could hear us in the background, boy, I think every Thermopolis fan was calling 3 seconds on that one.
That, and you know what, I'm actually surprised. It gets very loud here when Thermopolis does well. They've brought a lot of fans here today.
And here's a steal on the inbounds pass by the Cats. It's picked up by Cord Cimarron.
That almost hit you in the head, Ernie.
Almost hit me in the head. Cord Cimarron. Corbin off to
10,
Corbin,
yep.
and it was 10 seconds. A turnover, 15th turnover. Thermopolis has had 5 turnovers in this second half to 2 for Lyman. And it's a 2:38 to go, a 10-point game. Lyman is still in this one. Here
Definitely.
they come. Braden Bradshaw on the outside, the 6'7" senior. There's the inbound to Fanos, who's bringing the ball down. He's the playmaking guard for the Eagles. Guarded very, very closely there by Shumway. Ball stolen away. Turnover. Nice turnover by Shumway. Ball comes down court. Across court it goes. A shot up by Cimarron is too long. Not good. Rebound pulled down by Smith. Stolen again. Whistle and a foul in the backcourt. It's going to go against Thermop.
I'm glad that's still in because I remember when I played basketball, if you fell, you were supposed to do push-ups before you got back up.
Cord Cimarron, 4th personal foul for Thermopolis, and that brings McCoy Smith. What you don't want to do is let your opponent team score while the clock is stopped.
I was about to say they took that shot really fast for Thermopolis. They should have held on to it just a little bit.
Here's the free throw. No, not good. Rebound by Bradshaw. Off the glass. Not good. He's pushed to the ground. Oh, and they're going to call traveling on Thermopolis.
And I don't think anyone, even Lyman fans, would have called that a travel for most of the game. Now it's coming down to the wire, and that's going to be a travel. And now look at this inside presence.
Okay, here we go. Bradshaw can't handle the ball, but it's picked up by Fanos for Lyman. 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's Bradshaw. Back over to Fanos. Fanos moves to his left. Gives it off to Smith. Smith, the other 6'7" guy, standing at the top of the key. And there's the ball out of bounds. Oh, I saw that bounce on the line. They didn't call it. Here's an on shot by Bradshaw from the top. Not good. A collision underneath the basket. Shots up. Not good. And a foul on Thermopolis.
For how much contact we've had in the last minute of play, that's the first foul, and I'm very surprised. I'm glad they're letting them play. But my goodness, if I was a Lyman fan, I'd be upset right now.
Jet Longwell with the personal foul at the free throw line. Caleb Smith, he hasn't been there. Oh, is that? Yeah, that's Caleb Smith. Shot is up and good. Nothing but net on that one.
They've got their 6'6" junior and their 6'7" senior in there right now, and they're going to call a timeout before the second free throw. We'll take it with them.
Yeah, we'll take it with them.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
And the next game is going to be Mountain View versus Buffalo, and that will happen here after we finish this. 1:38 to go. Thermopolis 43, Lyman 34, and this big lead by Thermopolis has evaporated, and it's a 9-point game, Sean.
Yeah, 20 points down to 9, and props to Lyman for keeping this defense. They've been playing full-court defense the entire game. It's only just been working for this second half, and they have clawed their way back to single digits right now. The Thermopolis fans behind us, I think they were expecting this to be a little bit more like the first half, and just the adjustments by Lyman is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of tension in the gym right now as Caleb Smith goes for his second free throw. He has 1 point in the game.
And, you know, both teams average under 58 points a game. And I think after that first half, we thought it'd be a lot more high scoring. It's really toned down a lot. Look at that.
Not good. Bradshaw with the rebound off the glass. Not good. Rebound goes. There's another shot up and good by Bradshaw. And he now has 10, 12, 14 points in the game. There's a steal by the Lyman Eagles and a steal by the Thermopolis Bobcats. Long pass down court is intercepted. Another turnover by Thermopolis. Underneath the basket, that should be player control, and it is. McCoy Smith fouls out of the game on a player control foul. That's going to be it for Smith. And the coach, Barry Hill, is up and talking with the officials. They're not going to change their call. 43-36, 1:14 to go. Coming in is Gage Nielsen, Sean.
Yeah, Gage Nielsen, the starter. He's a senior, and my goodness, this is going to be an all-senior team on the floor for this last minute.
Okay, here we go. Shumway has it. The ball's knocked away. Thermopolis has to get it across the timeline. It's knocked out of bounds by Fanos. So Bobcats have to get it into the forecourt here really quickly. There's the inbound pass thrown away right into the hands of the Lyman Eagles. Shots up, off, not good. Rebound goes to Jet Longwell. And it's stolen away. Another turnover. And in the corner on top of the key for three, Bradshaw. Good! Bradshaw gets it, and it's a 7-point game with 50 seconds to go.
And Coach Shane for Thermopolis saying, please just make some good passes. You are 50 seconds away from winning this game. These bad passes on the inbound pass have been killing them.
A 4-point game, 43-39, 46 seconds to go. And here comes Thermopolis bringing it down the court. McCoy Longwell is fouled in the back, or in the forecourt. 41 seconds to go, and it's Fanis who picks up his third personal foul.
And, I mean, this game has tense written all over it. You can feel it in the air right now. The Thermopolis fans and Lyman fans behind us, some of them jabbering a little bit about fouls and no fouls. All that matters now is your free throws.
McCoy Longwell gets the free throw for the Cats. It's 44, 39.
And there's two Thermopolis players kind of sitting back here underneath the Lyman basket. They're not going to let anything come fast at them.
Next shot also good. He got them both. 45-39, 40 seconds to go. Lyman brings the ball quickly down court. Bradshaw in the corner, off to Fanos for three. No, not good. Rebound, and a foul is going to be called on whom? Over the back or under the body?
It's going to be on Cord Simmerall.
No, it's going to be on Gage Nielsen. So here we go. 31.8 seconds to go. Thermopolis can win this game at the free throw line here. After having a great first half, Lyman's had the great second half. At the line, Cord Simmerall. He has 9 points, now 10. Into double figures. 7-point lead with 31 seconds to go, 46-39. The senior eyes the hoop. No, not good. Rebounded by Bradshaw. Bradshaw of Lyman brings it all the way down outside the arc for three. He got it. He got it. It's 46-42, a 4-point lead, 20 seconds to go. Thermopolis trying to bring the ball down the court. They do. Underneath, Jet Longwell for two. Longwell with 10 seconds to go. It's a 6-point lead. Here's Longwell for another three. It's up off, not good. Rebound on the ground. The Cats get it on the far side. Immediately fouled as Cord Simmerall with 1.5 seconds to go. And the Cats, Sean, are going to prevail.
Yeah, and Braden Bradshaw, nothing more needed to be said about this young man. He can pull up from three just like he did, and he tried it again with a couple seconds left. And if that had gone in, this stadium would have erupted right now.
Boy, I tell you what, here's Cord Simmerall can put it away for the Cats. 1.5 seconds to go. Shot, good. No, not good. Rebounded by Lyman. There's the long shot, not good. The game is over. And our final score, Thermopolis 48 and the Lyman Eagles 42. Boy, this was quite the game. And we'll be back with the One-Eyed Buffalo stats in our Click It or Ticket post-game show. I finally got it on the third time right after this.
Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WyoToday.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid back at Rawlins High School, where the Thermopolis Bobcats have come out on the top side of a 48-42 score. And tell you what, they were outscored 29 to.
I didn't mean to bum rush your locker room.
29-16.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got some folks here.
Why don't you talk to Coach and I'll talk to the players of the game? How about that?
Very good, Coach. Let's get you first. Need your headset here.
Yep, I'm
Sean. Okay. And we'll get this over here. Coach Shane Corporing, first of all, congratulations on the great win. We saw two different halves here today. Lyman really picked up the defense that you guys had in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. It was a big win for us. First half, I felt like we were really rolling. We were playing pretty free. In the second half, we kind of tightened up a little bit. I told the boys in the locker room, you guys are going to see max pressure. You're going to see a full court press in the second half. And ironically, Lyman runs some very similar defensive principles that we do. So, I was a little disappointed that we turned the ball over a couple times in the second half against a look that the boys see every day in practice. But hey, great win. It's better to play in that kind of ball game than what it was looking like in the first half.
Yeah, sure. And it seemed to us that the team might have been trying too hard there in the second half. They got in front of themselves and caused some turnovers.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. They were definitely kind of pushing a little bit. I was telling them to be offensively, you guys got to be patient. Okay, they're going to start extending pressure. The paint's going to open up, and yeah, like you said, they were just getting a little too ahead of themselves. But hey, they gritted their teeth and they got it done, and I'm sure happy for them.
The first half, their leading scorer, Bradshaw, averages 17 points a game, and you held him scoreless.
Yeah.
Though the big guys from Lyman could not hit from under the basket because of the intense pressure you had in the lane.
Yeah, when we were looking at Lyman on tape this week and into last week, that Bradshaw kid, he's extremely tough. I think he goes for about, like you said, 17 a game, and he was a really, in a lot of ways, a matchup nightmare for us because he's 6'5". Our tallest kid is, that we play consistently is about 6'1". So matchup nightmare for us. We did double him every time he got the ball in the post, and I think that worked pretty effectively. But he can also stretch it out and hit it from the outside too. So he's definitely a tough kid, and we did focus a lot of our energy this week in practice on how we were going to defend him.
You won the rebounding battle tonight in the first half and in the second half. Those were key rebounds late in the game.
Absolutely, yeah. We preach it to the boys all the time, can't give a team multiple looks at the basket. Those are just killers. I mean, statistics say anytime you give a team, 2 or 3 shots, their field goal percentage is going to go up every single time. So, that's an emphasis that we always tell the boys. You guys work way too hard on defense to give a team multiple looks at the basket. So yeah, we did have some critical rebounds down the stretch, and like I said, we were definitely at a disadvantage because they had some dudes that were pretty big. But happy for our boys, proud of them. They just played assignment basketball, and it was good to see.
And now you play the hometown team, the Rawlins Outlaws, tomorrow at 12:30 in a game you'll hear right here on KDNO 101.7 and WyoToday YouTube. What do you expect from the Outlaws?
Well, I've coached against Denver for going on 6 years now, and what you see with a team that's coached by him is they're going to play extremely hard on defense. They're going to, they just play really well. They're really well coached on that end of the court. It's going to be one of those things we're going to have to do a better job than we did today at taking care of the ball, and we're going to have to hit our shots. We, like you said, in the second half, we got a little tight. Missed a couple easy bunnies that that was unfortunate, but we can't do that tomorrow, and we certainly can't do it tomorrow night when we see Pinedale.
Okay, very good. Coach, congratulations. Yep. You're now 3-3 on the year.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
We'll be back with you again tomorrow at 12:30.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay, and now we're going to go to Sean O'Brate. And for the let's get Cord. Cord, let's get you up here first.
Cord, before we do... Hey, before we do anything, Cord, why don't you pick out whatever flavor of Gatorade you want first?
Oh, I guess I'll take this one.
Yeah, show it to the camera. Make sure everyone knows you're the Gatorade player of the game.
Oh, cool.
Tell me how that first half changed from the second half. It was a very different game.
It was. We came out very strong in the first half, which we usually don't do, but we've been trying to get better at this year. So, second half, I guess we just came out a little tired and not ready to play. So it just kind of fell apart, and they started scoring more, so we kind of just fell a little bit behind. So.
And you averaged a good amount of points on the season, 12 to be honest, and you had all those in the first half pretty much, including 2 big threes. Do you like shooting threes a lot more, or do you like to go inside a lot more?
I like to go wherever I'm open. I'm kind of a big man because we don't have a lot of big kids on our team, but I can play wherever. So.
And that was actually going to be my next question. You were playing against 2 6'7" kids and a 6'6" kid, and you made going into the paint look a lot easier than I think anyone really expected. Was that the game plan, to try and get underneath the basket a lot?
Yeah, I just like to try to be as aggressive as I can just to get to the basket, pump, get some free throws.
And we know how much you're good in football and how good you are in basketball. What do you like to play more?
Basketball.
Why?
I think it's more fun.
You do?
I'm better at it.
You're better at it. Hey, you're good at both, and I think that it showed today how great you are in basketball. Why don't you hand it over to Gavin there, and we will see what's going on with Gavin, as he is our Papa Murphy's player of the game.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Here you go, Gavin.
And Gavin is our Papa Murphy's player of the game. Why don't you hold that right there, and we'll get the graphic up. So Gavin, as I just realized I thought I was talking to Gavin and Cord at the same time here. So tell me what was different about tonight's game compared to maybe the first half of your season so far.
I think the most important part is that we're able to go Monday through Thursday with people that play the game. We don't have people that just such a different skill gap between our ones and our twos that we're able to actually have that pressure in practice carry over into our Friday, Saturday games.
Yeah, and 14 points is a good amount of points against a tall team like this. And we were just talking to Cord there about how tall this team was and how your game plan might have been different compared to maybe playing against a shorter team. What was the game plan heading into a team like this?
Rebounding is always our number one. We really, in the locker room before, Coach said it, and he'll probably say it every week from now on, rebounding is where we're going to win games.
Yeah, and you definitely won the game with the rebounds and as well as the steals. You guys were playing crazy on defense. Do you think they were being just a little sloppy, or is that just how great your defense was playing tonight?
We've always been a pretty in-shape team, and I just think that they're so big that they haven't really focused on that as much as we have because we're a smaller team and don't have too much height.
Yeah, and you play the home team Rawlins tomorrow. What's that going to feel like? You brought a lot of good Thermopolis fans here, but there are going to be a lot of Rawlins fans here tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's always tough going into a tournament because everybody wants to be there with everybody, all the opposing teams, and it's a heck of a atmosphere to be able to go in, and if we can catch a win, that would be great.
Yeah, and hey, good luck tomorrow. What's one thing you want to say to all the Thermopolis fans that made this trek out here in the snow?
Oh, man, I'm really thankful for you guys, always out there cheering us on. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And we will be right back with the rest of our Click It or Ticket post-game show right after this.
Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid back with you here courtside at Rawlins High School after the Cats had defeated the Lyman Eagles by a score of 48-42. Let's take a look at the One-Eyed Buffalo statistics here in our Click It or Ticket postgame show. Jet Longwell and Corrid Cimarral both ended the game in double figures with 10. Gavin Shumway was the leading scorer today with 14. Corbin Cimarral came up with a very important 9 points. Brody Potter had 1, and scoring 4 points was McCoy Longwell. For the Lyman Eagles, you know, this is amazing, Sean. Braden Bradshaw's average points per game, 16.3. He didn't have any points in the first half, and he ended the game with 17.
Yeah.
So he really came on. He got a big 3 there. Most of his points came in the paint.
Yeah, and, you know, he had that big 3 at the end that got them within striking distance, and it eventually was one of the biggest 3s of the game, even though Lyman didn't win. And Braden Bradshaw was the key to our game for Lyman and for Thermopolis to keep down, and they did that in that first half. They just lost track of him in the second one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Brigham Fanis, the ball control point guard, had 9 points. Only one player in double figures for Lyman with 6 points. Carter Bradshaw, 5 points for Cope Thomas, 4 points for Coleman Schultz, 2 points for McCoy Smith, and that was the scoring. The Bobcats had a 32-13 point lead at the end of the first 2 periods of play at halftime, and Lyman came into the third period trailing 35-24, and then the final margin 48-42. So the Cats got outscored in the second half, but their defense and rebounding kept them in the game, and they came up with the victory.
You could say that again, their defense and their rebounding. I mean, because they were not making shots in that third quarter. They only had 3 points, and it kind of bled into the fourth quarter a little bit more. But my goodness, the defense for both teams, I mean, I feel like we were calling steal, turnover, every single time someone got the ball. And if it wasn't for the tall guys for Lyman, I don't know how much of an inside presence that the Eagles would have had against this team, because they were playing lights out from inside the paint in that first half, and they had to try and get back there in the second. It was just tougher for them.
Yeah, Gavin Shumway hit the long 3. Excuse me there. I do know how to talk. Hit the long 3 at the beginning of the period that took the lid off the basket for Thermopolis, and he was one of our players of the game today.
Yeah, and I talked to Cord while reading Gavin's stats, because I'm just having a brain fart day here. And Cord was a great sport. I'm sure we'll get to talk to him more throughout the season. I'm excited to call a little bit more Thermopolis, because if this is the way this team plays, I mean, they have a legitimate chance to get back to state. You know, they beat Burns at home last year to get into state. They had a tough opening stretch of games. And I think that this team, if they play like this, 48 points isn't a lot, but if you can hold the other team to below 48 points, that's the game plan right there.
Yeah. Well, we're watching Buffalo and Mountain View, and we played half of the game, and there's only 4 points up on the board. Big defensive struggle here. And we want to remind you that we'll be back on 101.7 KDNO and WyoToday YouTube tomorrow at about noon, because the Cats are going to be taking on the homestanding Rawlins Outlaws in this next game. That will be the 4th game of tomorrow's schedule. So if it stays on schedule, we should be on the air around noon or 12:15 thereabouts for tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Sean?
Tomorrow's game is going to be a fun one. I haven't seen Rawlins play basketball just yet. I've been looking at the stats, though, and the home team crowd. I can already see a few Rawlins fans coming in, and they don't even play till 7. I mean, this just seems to be a school that loves their basketball team, and why not? I mean, they won 3A last year. They could very easily do it again this year, and I think Thermopolis is going to have their hands full. But, hey, they're already 1-0 on the weekend, and they should be proud about that.
Okay, Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate, we want to thank, who's our person back at the studio today?
It's Kirk.
Is it Kirk?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Kirk, for taking care of us here this afternoon. And we want to thank all the Thermopolis broadcast sponsors, Edward Jones, Travis Winger, Gotchi Rehabilitation, One-Eyed Buffalo, Pinnacle Bank of Thermopolis, Sutherland's Home Improvement lineup, Hot Springs Health, and the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Click it or ticket. Again, our final score, Thermopolis 48 and Lyman 42. The Cats improve their record to 3-3, and the Eagles fall to 3-4. And tomorrow, the Cats will be playing the homestanding Rawlins Outlaws. On behalf of Sean O'Brate, this is Ernie Over, bidding you a pleasant good afternoon from Rawlins. Please drive carefully.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied